Welcome to the New York Civil Service Law Podcast. In this podcast, we will discuss employment issues facing civil servants, including the appointment process, the disqualification appeals procedure, in addition to promotion, discipline, and pension issues. And now your host, Kevin Sheerin.
Hello, and welcome to the New York Civil Service Law Attorney Podcast, the show that provides aspiring law enforcement professionals with the insights and strategies they need to succeed. I'm Kevin Sheerin, an attorney with 21 years' experience helping candidates navigate the challenges of the NYPD hiring process. Today's episode is all about the biggest mistakes NYPD candidates make during the application process and how you can avoid them. If you're in the process of applying to the NYPD or planning to apply, this episode is a must listen. These missteps can delay your progress, jeopardize your candidacy, or even lead to disqualification. But don't worry, with the right preparation and mindset, you can overcome these challenges and stay on track to achieving your goal. Mistake number 1, not being honest on your application. Let's dive right in with the first and perhaps most critical mistake, not being completely honest on your application. During the hiring process, the NYPD conducts thorough background checks, including looking into your work history, criminal history, financial history, school and education history, and more. If there are inconsistencies or omissions in your application, it raises red flags that can lead to disqualification. For example, failing to disclose a past arrest or summons, even if you think it's minor or expunged. Leaving out gaps in employment or misrepresenting your education. Not mentioning financial issues like defaults or bankruptcies or collections. The truth is, the department is more likely to work with you if you're upfront about your past than if they discover inconsistencies on their own. Transparency is the key. Be honest, and if you're unsure how to present something, seek guidance before submitting your application. Mistake number 2, poor preparation for the psychological evaluation. The second big mistake is failing to properly prepare for the psychological evaluation. This is a critical step in the process designed to assess your emotional and mental fitness for the demands of the job. Many candidates assume they can wing it. That's a big mistake. Here are common pitfalls: providing inconsistent answers on the written exam, not understanding how to approach open-ended questions during the oral evaluation, overthinking or try to give the right answers instead of being authentic. Preparation is crucial. Make sure you understand the purpose of the exam and take it seriously. If you've already taken the exam and feel it didn't go well, don't panic. Disqualification often be successfully appealed with the right support. Mistake number 3, ignoring financial or legal issues. Another major mistake is neglecting financial or legal matters in your background. The NYPD looks closely at these areas because they reflect on your reliability and decision-making skills. Here are some examples of what they look for: outstanding debts, unpaid taxes, or a poor credit history, past arrests, even if the charges were dropped in court, civil lawsuits, or restraining orders. If you have these issues in your background, address them before they become a problem. Be proactive. For example, work on resolving debts or obtaining documentation shows legal matters were resolved. If these issues come up during the hiring process, have an explanation ready. That can make a big difference. Mistake number 4, important mistake, lack of preparation for the oral interview. The oral interview is another area where candidates often falter. This is your chance to make a strong impression and demonstrate your suitability for the job. Here's where candidates go wrong: showing up unprepared and unable to clearly articulate why they want to join the NYPD, failing to demonstrate knowledge about the department's missions, values, and challenges, being too casually or overly rehearse for their responses. Most importantly, not knowing what happened in their past regarding where they went to school, when they went to school, how their grades were if they were on academic probation, not knowing all their jobs, the start and end dates, and why they left. To avoid these mistakes, spend time thinking about your past, getting as many documents, and create a grid that you study so you know all your schooling, all your work, and you'll be able to respond better. Mistake number 5, missing deadlines or failing to follow instructions. The next mistake is one of the easiest to avoid by surprisingly common ways. Missing deadlines or not following instructions. The NYPD hiring process has strict deadlines for submitting paperwork, scheduling evaluations, and responding to requests. If you miss a deadline or submit incomplete documentation, it can delay your application or even disqualify you outright. Pay close attention to every detail, double check your paperwork, and keep track of deadlines. If you're unsure about something, don't hesitate to reach out for clarification. Use spell and grammar check on your documents. Mistake number 6, not seeking help when you need it. The final mistake is trying to do it all on your own. The NYPD hiring process is complex, and even the most qualified candidates can encounter obstacles. Whether it's disqualification notice, a challenging interview, or uncertainty about your background, you don't have to face it alone. Seeking guidance from an experienced attorney or mentor can help make all the difference. I've helped countless candidates overcome challenges in the hiring process, whether it's appealing a disqualification or addressing issues before they escalate into something insurmountable. Remember, if you want this to be your career in your future, don't let pride or fear stop you from getting the support you need. To recap, the biggest mistakes NYPD candidates make during the application process are not being honest on their application, poor preparation for the psychological evaluation, ignoring financial or legal issues, lack of preparation and doing their homework before the oral psychological interview, missing deadlines or failing to follow instructions, not seeking help when needed. Avoiding these missteps can keep your dream of becoming an NYPD officer on track. If you are already made one of these mistakes, don't panic. There are steps you can take to recover. If you need guidance in any part of the process, from preparing for evaluations or appealing a disqualification, I'm here to help. Reach out to my office or visit my website for more resources. Thank you for tuning in to the New York Civil Service Law Attorney Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review if you found this episode helpful. Until next time, stay focused, stay prepared, and never give up on your dreams.
Thanks for joining us on the New York Civil Service Law Podcast. If you have enjoyed the show, please tell a friend. It's really the best way to grow the show. We would love to hear from you. Email kevin@sheerinlaw.com or call 516-248-3494. For more civil service law info, visit www.sheerinlaw.com or our blog, civilservice.sheerinlaw.com.